welcome to today's installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. I want to thank you for joining me today. So today, we're going to start doing our radiator job on the 07 Honda Civic, Elder Civic, as I like to call her. Yeah, it's been leaking pretty bad. So this car hasn't been driven in close to a month. And yeah, I don't want this to turn into a thing where it's going to end up sitting all fall and winter and stuff. This car's got to be driven, so we're going to do the radiator now. Now it is after 5 o'clock, so the sun's going to start going down. I'm off tomorrow, but I at least wanted to try and start it tonight and see how far we get, because then that way I don't have to spend all day doing it tomorrow. This shouldn't be all too bad. At least I hope not. The rust is the one thing that I'm a little concerned about, really. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to remove this plastic here. Somebody has had this off, obviously, because we're missing a bunch of these little things here. But there's a couple left on mine that are still there, so we'll take our small prying apparatus, pull these probably broken clips out. They're probably not even good. Oh, I gotta put gloves on. I ended up cutting my finger pretty good at work a few days ago. Nothing too serious. I probably should have gotten some stitches on it, but anyway, I'm trying to, keep that area from, problems. Alright, so this should just come up out of here. Yeah, it tucks underneath the little chrome piece there. And of course we got the latch in the way. Come on. There we go. Alright. So we'll put that there. Here's the radiator. This looks like it is the original radiator. So for 263,000 miles. That was a good run. So yeah, so there's that. Man, there's a lot of rust. There's a lot of rust there. I think we're gonna have to move the hood latch. From the looks of it, it does have a switch, a sensor, so we're gonna have to unplug that, I think, because this will be in the way, I believe, when we go to pull this out. I don't think there's any way around that. And then we have the stops here. Ugh. And then, from what I can see, 4 bolts holding the fan assembly to the radiator. And then of course we have the hoses. So we have this upper hose here. We have the little tank hose here. Or the fill, for the fill, I should say. And then the lower hose. And that's it. The transmission lines, there are no cooler lines that run across into the radiator, which is kind of good, I guess. So we don't have to worry about the transmission lines. Now the radiator that I got, I did not get a Honda radiator. Way too expensive, even with my employee discount. We did the AutoZone. So with the dealership discount, this was $116. So that's what we're putting in it. It's got a 1-inch core, so that should be plenty good for what this radiator or what this engine does. Not exactly sure what the OEM size is, because can't see any of that data for some reason. Like, you click on the part number, it doesn't give you any specs. October 10th of 2006. Wow. So today's the 13th. The anniversary of this little radiator just passed. Holy crap. So that's kind of cool. Alright, so like I said, I think we're going to take those out. It looks like there's only 3 of those there. See if we can unplug this carefully. Which way? Oh, oof. That's a little scary. I'm pulling it off the thing. Not what I wanted to do. Where's that go? It goes into the harness. And yeah, so I really do kind of want to unplug that. Okay. Alright, so that's free. And I'm going to start spraying these now so that way they soak. And hopefully we'll have some good luck, because I don't have any other bolts right now to replace any of those if they break. I think we are going to utilize the tripod today for a little bit here and there. Just to kind of help us out a little bit. That one wasn't too bad. See how this one goes. Oh, you know what I just thought of? Hold on. We don't have to do this. No, you know what we can do that'll make it really easy? We can actually take this bulkhead off instead. Oh, you know what? I don't know about the grill piece though. But if this was off, that's gonna open everything up, to be honest. What else does this sit on too? I kind of do. I bet that's going to help us a lot, really. So, scratch this. Let's go ahead and tighten this back on. Let's get that other one. Okay, and let's go for the bulkhead instead. Alright, so we're going to go for these first. So this is holding on the radiator cap assembly. Okay. Not too bad. Kind of surprised. Oh, probably should have left that in there. Oh, there we go. A little tight. I'll probably spray the threads. Going back in. Yeah, that one was a little crustier than the first one, but it came out. So we should be able to maybe move this away. Get that under there. And then bolt here. And there's one on the other side that looks like it. I'm going to try to leave these ones here for the grill alone. I want to see if the grill comes up or not with that. what that does. That one looks pretty good. We'll do this one. Okay. There's more. Oh, there is more. There's one. Oh, I think the grill does have to come off. There's one down here. Let me try to get it without maybe the extension. Ooh, I don't think so. Well. Oh, you know what? There's one on the back too. Man, didn't think that there'd be this many. There's one back here. The hood prop's in the way of the washer on this one. Wow, for real? Let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. We could twist by it. Oh, it hit the ground. Yep, right in front of the battery, or behind the battery. Sneak this in here. I don't want to take the battery out, but to loosen the battery and try to move it, I didn't bring a longer thing out here. Yeah, not much wiggle room with it tightened. Alright, hold on one second. Alright, let's just go with the box wrench. There we go. We're getting there. Let's try to get this one here. Because if I don't have to mess with these don't look too good. If I don't have to mess with those for the grill, then I'm not going to, but I'm really hoping that the grill doesn't have to come off of that to lift this bulkhead up. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. Alright, might as well try this one. Doesn't feel like it's that much looser, so I don't know if this is gonna come out or not, really. This one feels really loose. Did it loosen? Not enough. Alright, so I have a feeling we're gonna have to take these out, but you can see it is kind of lifting. It's actually lifting up over the radiator point too, but I think we were gonna have to take these off. The grill might just sit here, which is good. So I guess let's see if we can crack those loose. Those are Allen's, by the way. All right, and they feel like 3/16, but it's also very rusty. So I don't know how well this is gonna go for us. Actually, a lot better than I thought. Wow. That actually turned a lot better than I imagined it was going to. Still doesn't look too good. That works a little bit easier. Hopefully we can get as much luck with this side here. Ugh. Nope. Nice. Very nice. What's with all the dogs? Alright, so why is the AC condenser moving? That is weird. Oh, maybe we gotta take those off. Which happen to be kind of behind the grill. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't.
No, Maple.
Yeah, I think those are the AC condenser bolts. Yeah, because when I lifted this side up, the AC condenser started coming with it. See? You are not loosening, are you? Are you? Oh, yeah, you're loosening. Ugh. Alright. I know the camera's not quite on this one, and I'm sorry. Come on, almost there. Alright, there we go. So there's that one. Let's go do the other side. Can you see it? Oh, yep, the condenser just dropped. Alright. Now let's try the bulkhead. The hood cable. Nah, it should come right up with it though. I mean, technically it's off. I think the hood cable is kind of keeping it down now, but oh, and then the wiring harness, that's kind of tight. That turned into a little more than I wanted it to be honest, but actually looks like we can kind of get it out of the way still. Kind of flip it a little bit, and that actually that might be okay. Yeah, see, that opens that up a little more. especially to get those bolts there. And our hoses. So I'm assuming there's probably not a whole lot left in this radiator with how bad it started leaking. But we got our tray, so let's try to go ahead and get it underneath, and we'll try to see if we can get the actual drain plug to come out. But with how old that radiator is, it probably won't happen. I took the cap off and it actually looks like there's stuff in it, so I don't know. I'm just gonna see if I can get to the... I can reach it. Now can I turn it from here? If it'll even turn. Let me try my wounded hand here. Ooh. Oh, wow. Hold on. Wow. All right. So there's that. Let's... How far can I kick this under? Kind of wanted to just pull it out. It's gonna go everywhere. How bad is this gonna be? Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's coming out pretty fast that way. Nope. Hold on. I think we're spraying outward. Can't have that. There we go. Into the basin. Alright. I had to move this back again. Also, I think we might have to take that thing off for the cable, but I don't know. I still think we'll be able to get it out here, you know, from this end here. So, the hoses are pretty self-explanatory. We're going to take these off from here. I don't have new clamps. I wish I had clamps. I thought I did, but I don't. That bottom hose, however, we are not going to remove it from the radiator. We're going to try to remove it here. And I say that because there's a quick connect on the very bottom of this radiator. And it's going to probably be very brittle. We're going to have to take it off this radiator, put it on the new one, and then hook our lower radiator hose to it. So that's going to be a thing. And I was told the best way to try to do that is if you can somehow get the radiator, that hose to come up with, you know, that quick connect and hose on it, bring it up this way and then take it off on the ground, because you want to try to have an equal amount of pressure trying to get it off so you don't crack it. Which really leads me to believe that this is going to have to be completely gone. And that's going to move the fans forward once we do all these here. So maybe we should have taken this off anyway. Well, I don't know. I'm not thinking now. I did take the latch off. Probably really didn't have to because I forgot about the harness underneath. So technically, even if we took that off, that bulkhead's still not going to go anywhere. So we're just going to work with it as is and hope for the best. There was actually a lot more coolant in there than I thought. I would have thought that it all drained out on the way home that day. So, okay. So let's go ahead and start removing hoses. Of course, these things are crooked. Why wouldn't they be? I really wanted to get some worm clamps. I thought I had some worm drive clamps. I've used them all apparently. Who put these on like this? that way. I mean, these still seem pretty tight, but they do say that over time they will lose their tension if they're disturbed. But I think we might have to just try our luck. And I mean, if they start leaking, then I guess, you know, we could just, you know, take them off and replace them. I'll probably have plenty of coolant left over. Alright, so there's that. That's going to sit there because that hose goes over to the reservoir, the overfill. So we'll just let that do its thing there. Try to get this one off here. There's some pretty yucky stuff under these hoses. Somebody may have either mixed coolant with this car at one point, or they it's the contamination from when the first engine gave out. It's still in the system. Spill some of that back into the basin. Now that lower hose, like I said, I might be able to get it. I'm probably gonna have to move this back up here a little bit. So that second hose is right there. So at least the clamp is facing the right way. We'll try to pry it off from there and see if we can get it out. Looks like it might have been maybe leaking. Yeah, this one was definitely leaking at some point. As I pulled the hose back, you could just see all the crusty stuff there. Well, hopefully it won't leak when we put it back together. But like I said, if we have to, we'll do the replacing of the clamps, I guess. Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, that water neck's kind of disgusting. Definitely gonna have to try to clean that off before that hose goes back on. It's probably gonna leak. Alright, so at this point, these 4 bolts to remove or get the fans off of the radiator, I believe. I don't think there's any more than those. And then the radiator comes out. The fans might come out too, I don't even know. Now all 4 of these bolts have been sitting for a while with the penetrant on them, so let's see if we're gonna get lucky here. The nice thing about everything so far is they've all been the same size bolt, 10 millimeters. 10 millimeter head, I should say. Ooh. Okay, this one's coming out. Oh, those are little things too. Wow, that thing is crusty. Might have to maybe let that sit some more. Okay. This one's good. Oh, okay, one fan's loose. I didn't realize they were separate fans. So, the first fan here, it is loose. Does it come out? Oh, it might actually come out. Okay, this one. Alright, there. And one more. Nice. I'm actually really surprised. Okay. Alright, so at this point, this fan does not move. Oh, yes it does. So how do we want to do this? So the plug for the fan's right there, and then it's got the little clip that holds onto, and I think after that's undone we'll be able to actually lift this out entirely. That's deep. Does that slide out? Alright. So I got that out of there. Broke the clip naturally. Whew, we got a fan. Alright, so now if everything else goes right, we should be able to just lift this out. Try to get the other fan to stay in there. And those are coming to here. Oh, we forgot something. Never mind. Hopefully we didn't mess this up. There's a coolant temp sensor down there at the very bottom. And of course it's clipped in. So even if we unplug it... Darn it, I forgot all about that. Alright. Let's try it again. Wow, this hose is a problem. Here we go. Yikes. I think, no, that came out clean, so good. We can reuse that clip. And we plug that sensor back. And like I said, I don't know if the sensor, I have a feeling we're probably going to have to take that sensor out and put it in a new one. I don't think it came with one. Whew. So here she be. And I don't know how well we can tell from this angle, but yeah, just somewhere along the very bottom here, along the seam here, somewhere around this area, when it wasn't wet like it is now, you were able to kind of see the crusties. But the leak was coming from around here at this end of the radiator. It was just pouring out that day. Alright, so now we have to play the game of getting this quick connect off. And in theory, you pull this pin, this lock, and I don't know how easy it's going to come off for us, but you want to try to keep equal pressure on it because it is plastic, and it'll probably snap. Alright, so we sprayed our silicone spray down there. Give it a few maybe minutes to kind of get through. Here's the new radiator, and it does look like, so that quick connect goes on this end here, locks onto that, and here's where the temp sensor goes. So we do have to take the coolant temp sensor out, put it in this spot here. Everything else is pretty much the same and ready to go. Alright, we got that off. That was risky. but it looks good. I took the ring off of it. It's over there, the clip, so that'll just sit on here, and then we'll lock it in. We need to put our temp sensor in. Alright, so the sensor is 17 millimeter. So awesome this is gonna be. Alright. Not too bad. There we go. There's that. Now I am gonna wrap a little bit of Teflon tape around the threads there, just as a precaution. And I guess that's really it. We'll put it in the new radiator. Okay, and then there was an O-ring on the old radiator that actually sat inside that little groove there. I did take that out. It looked pretty good. Still, it didn't look like there was anything wrong with it. So we also put that in here. We took this one off and put that one in there also. So hopefully that'll be okay. And now we just have to put this on there. Actually, to put the radiator in first and then do that, then we won't really have to fight with the hose. I wonder how difficult that'll be to get in, because it's going to go in like this, and then we put the ring in from the bottom. I think we're going to put the radiator in first, because that was kind of a challenge with that hose on there like that. Also, just looked side by side with the old radiator. This one does have a thicker core. Like I said, this is a 1-inch core, and the one from factory looks like it's a little smaller than this. It might be the 5/8, I think, that I saw. And the feet, which fell off, great. The feet come off the old radiator. Gonna have to find those now. Where'd they go? Nice. Alright, so that's in, I think. Feels like the feet went in. Like I said, it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, the foot is up to the base. And if I can get my hand through here. Oh, the thing for the... Yeah, that one's also there. So while we're here, let's plug this coolant temp sensor in. Man, I really hope we didn't mess up that wiring trying to pull this thing out of here. Alright, so that clicked in, and then the thing for the tree, Christmas tree, I think it went into that slot. And alright, so that's in. Let's well, I suppose we could probably set this fan back in its home now. So I'm assuming there's slots for that fan, judging from the holes at the bottom. Yeah, kind of like that. So that's lining up there. We'll put our quick connect on with that one, and then we'll get our other fan situated there. Alright, well, that radiator is officially in. So we got the quick connect hooked up, locked in, coolant temp sensor plugged in, locked in. I didn't realize this until I was putting this in, but the bolts for this left side fan here are smaller than the ones over here. So these screws are longer, these are smaller, but those are in. You can see everything is together. Man, I'm already kind of in the home stretch of this thing. I'm thinking about just finishing it up here in the dark with the lights and getting some coolant in it and just letting it go. So let me finish hooking everything up off camera. Just have to do this upper radiator hose. We have to do the water radiator inlet for the radiator cap. That's got to go on. I got to put the hood latch back on. Didn't really have to take that off, I guess. And then I can get the bulkhead situated while we run it and let it burp, you know, and then I'll go ahead and just tighten everything up while it's sucking down the coolant. We'll look for you know, any leaks, and if there are leaks, obviously we'll take care of that later, but at least the radiator's in, the new radiator's in, and yeah, just can't wait to drive this thing again. I miss it. This coolant looks very almost green, so most likely not the right coolant. I do have actual Honda coolant that we're putting in here, and it's like a blue color, so either that's really old and it's been in there for a while, or somebody put the wrong coolant in here a while ago. So I think that's it. So let me go ahead and put the screws in for this thing. We'll get the burping funnel on it and we'll go from there. Man, I feel like it's been a little while since we've had a vlog this in depth. I figured this was probably going to make for a good one. Alright, so let's take our adapter, get that to twist onto there. Whoa. Let's go ahead and just back that up a little bit. Alright, so this is probably going to be a good time for us to see if any of those things on the bottom of the radiator are going to leak, like that quick connect or the whatchamacallit, that sensor, the second coolant temp sensor. And I am going to hook up the Altel when we're doing this to make sure that everything is getting to temperature and that both the upper sensor and the bottom sensor are going to read correctly. Here we go. I don't see anything coming out the bottom yet. It's probably going to end up taking almost, it's going to take a whole gallon for sure, and it's going to take maybe a little bit of the second gallon. Yep, we're gonna have to open up the second gallon. Alright, so at this point, I just went ahead, got the bulkhead all situated, so it's done. I didn't start it yet, so everything should be good to go. Now it looks like something is leaking. What is it? What is leaking? because this has been open or full for a while now, just sitting. It might be the drain plug. Is the drain plug leaking? Or is something up here leaking? So we're already off to a good start. I don't see anything up here leaking. Alright, let's see what we got. Well, folks, I don't know. At this point, it doesn't look like anything's leaking under there. I wonder if that's just maybe running off from the fan, where it spilled on the fan, maybe. But it's not. I put my phone up there, and it looks like the quick connect's okay. Everything looks okay. The upper hoses look okay, so if it's really that bad, obviously once we get it under pressure, it's probably going to leak worse. So let's just go ahead and get the show on the road. But yeah, everything up here looks good. We got that there. I got the Altel hooked up. This light's being weird again. I think maybe we do need a switch or a housing. Yeah, I think the connection terminal's loose. Yeah, alright. Let's try this again because I had it on and then I went out there. Oop. So we just want live data. Alright, so that's what we wanted. We had to go in the Honda. Sensor 1, sensor 2. And let the burping begin. Look, it's already turning green like the other stuff already mixed in with it. So the battery's probably not going to last. I'm going to go ahead and just shut it off for now. I'll let this do its thing. And I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. Alright, 204 and 201. Still haven't heard the fans kick on yet, but like I said, I don't know exactly what the number is. Still got a few bubbles here. Give it a few throttle snaps and see if we can get some more air out of it. Sometimes that'll open it up a little more like that, see? It's getting steamy. It is rising, so there can't be that much more air in there. That's usually how it goes. So there's definitely more in this funnel here than there was when I first filled it up. 208 degrees. Those fans are going to be kicking on any time, I have a feeling. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I don't know, I don't see anything dripping at this point, so I mean, it might have just been from the fan. Yeah, see, there's like a drip there. It's probably just running down the fan. But these hoses look good. That crusty hose there actually still looks good, so that stayed. These look good. Everything overall looks pretty good. So yeah. So I'll leave it on here for just a little longer. Like I said, those fans should be kicking on any minute. And I'm gonna try to clean up all the stuff that I can. See, still burping. Alright, so the fan kicked on and ended up bringing it down to like 194. So I climbed back up again. I think it's done. So I think at this point we're just gonna take this off and empty it into the thing. I think all the major air's out of it. Actually, I do want to just make sure that there's heat first. Yeah, heat felt good. So it looked like there was still some coolant left in the overfill. Yeah, it's actually still at the max mark, so I'm not going to add this to this. I'm just going to put this back in the jug. So, and then I guess tomorrow, you know, I'll come out and start it, you know, check the level and stuff. Nope, didn't plug it very well. Sometimes that thing's hit or miss. Now we'll take this off here. It's a little warm. And now we'll go ahead and put this guy back on there. And I don't have any water out here to dump all that off, but no big deal. Alright, so I think we're going to wrap it up. Everything seems to be good. I had the heat on for a while now. It feels really good in there. It's getting kind of colder out here. Yeah, keeps it pretty cool, so that's pretty cool for right now. It's just sitting there. Obviously the fans are going because of the it's on defrost. So if I turn all that stuff off, it'll build temperature again, and then the oh, it feels good in here. Yeah, because it's at 154 now. That shuts all that off, and it'll start building back up again. Obviously, when the car's being driven, that temperature probably stays a lot higher than it is just sitting here with that on. But I put the plastic piece back on, and the only thing that I'm worried about is the hood latch. I tried to line the hood latch up with the witness marks, you know, and it looks like the coolant reservoir here is sucking down some coolant, which is okay. So if there's still a little bit of air in there, it'll, you know, obviously take from here. So we'll check that tomorrow. I don't see that puddle getting worse down there. This is all from the funnel when I spilled it. So that's it. I think she's done. New radiator, check. All my stuff's cleaned up. That's all that we got left over there. It's time to call it a night. It's I think going on 9 o'clock. I didn't really intend on finishing this all tonight, but you know what? Why not? Why the heck not? Alright, the lighting in here is no good. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's good, that's good. I'm gonna drive it tomorrow. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock right now actually. So I'm gonna drive it tomorrow, and you know, we'll go from there. But I don't think, ooh, spooky. It is almost Halloween. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any problems. So we'll keep an eye on it for a little bit just to make sure. But so that's it. I'm glad I got that done. I can drive this car again. There we go. Thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Woo! Alright, take care.